Hey guys, I remember somebody when I first started doing some videos when I was working on that simplicity, we were speaking about doing a couple tapping videos, and I thought maybe today would be a good day to do that. So I'm just going to show you some of the basics of what I do, some of the tools I have. I'm by far not an expert when it comes to tapping, and so please bear with me. Alrighty, well this is like your average basic standard $50 Craftsman tap and die set, standard sizes, no metric. Pretty much perfect for the average DIY mechanic, works great. If you're into the newer cars, of course, you're going to want to have metric, so maybe buy yourself a metric set instead. If you're working on small engines like me, this is going to be more useful as a lot of stuff is standard thread. The newer stuff is metric, so you can always go to Harbor Freight and buy a quick kit if you had to. I've heard good things about, never used them, so I can't give you any experience that way. Something I find myself doing often is chasing threads. Like here for the carburetor, I'm going to run a tap through there. I mean, you can chase threads with a tap. It's what I have, it's what I use. I should actually have a tap set for it, or excuse me, a chase set, but I haven't gotten around to buying one. But these will work just fine for your average use. What we have here is a 1/4x20 tap, if I can get it in the frame. Standard tap, 1/4 inch, 20 threads per inch. Just get her started. This is just one method of working with this. Now, I'm just cleaning threads, so I'm not going to use cutting oil, but I will use a little bit of WD-40, as I like at least have something on there. You can use transmission fluid, regular cutting fluid, a little bit of engine oil, whatever you like. If I'm just cleaning threads, this is all I do. If I were actually tapping threads, what I would do is I would go ahead and actually use cutting oil. But just work it in a few turns and back out again. So in turn, back off half, in a turn, back off half. That way you don't bind your tap and break it off in the hole, which is a job you do not want to have to worry about. You can see already, we are already through. That's just one method of using a standard tap wrench. There are also the option to use, hang on a second, set you down. Okay. Another option, what you can do is you can use a ratcheting tap handle or tap wrench, depending on where you are, what you would like to call it. What this gives you the ability to do, instead of having to be perfectly on there with two hands, you can use one hand. It works a little bit better sometimes. Let me see if I can get that in there quick. Sorry, I wasn't looking through the viewfinder there. Let's see, lock that so I can tighten it down a little bit. You have three options: reverse, lock, and forward. For this tap, or for this hole, we'll be using the forward motion, of course, because this is a right hand thread instead of a left hand thread. Now this also has a little thumb wheel on the back you can use. See, all you have to do is ratchet it in. You can also set it up as a T, one-handed, bring it back. Very, very simple. Okay. I won't quite finish that thread or that hole with this, so I'm going to show you one more method yet. If I can break this free. There we go. That's method number 2. And of course you also have the option of a standard tap handle or tap wrench as well. Those are they're the more common ones you'll see, besides the first one I showed you. This is an 8-point socket. Sorry, the sun's ruining it. What it is, it's for square nuts and bolts, or a tap. In this case, I don't have a small enough socket for this tap, but that would also work. So you could get a ratchet on there, or a brake bar, or another T-handle. You could work that. I've done that several times. That works good. If you do not have 8-point sockets, you will find that you can also use 12-pointers. They will fit, even though that's probably not going to be big enough, or small enough. Oh, let's go 1/4 inch. But if you work, see, that one will work right there. So that is another option. Your 12-point sockets will also fit that. And let's see, you can also buy specialty tap sockets for this use. They make them. So it just depends on what you can find locally and what you prefer. But those are definitely options. Now you'll notice that my taps, besides being standard and Craftsman, this is a bottoming tap. Or excuse me, no, this isn't either. Yeah, that is bottoming, excuse me. This is a bottoming tap where you don't have the point. So you can get all the way down to the bottom of the hole, square. This is a pointed tap. I believe that's actually the name of them. If it isn't called a taper, don't remember. But this one, you'll bottom out in the hole. You won't be able to get the threads all the way down to the bottom, just to wherever the point is. They also make a couple other kinds. I don't have them to show you. Let's see. I don't think I do anyway. Start bottoming, pipe tap. Oh, reamers, countersink. No, I don't think so. So all I've got is, well, listen, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is a spark plug tap. Don't know if, couldn't really tell you for sure. Specialty, that's for darn sure. Got that in a set of taps that I got at an auction from a older fellow that I knew. But I hope that kind of explains a little bit about it. Like I say, I'm no expert on tapping. I'm no machinist, but that is this is probably the most common thing you're gonna use a tap for if you're a DIY mechanic or even a semi-serious auto mechanic. Like I said, chase set would be better for cleaning out holes. If you're actually going to be starting holes, I'll do a separate video on that. I'll show you kind of what I would do if there's interest. Let me know. If you have any questions, guys, please go ahead and comment. Thank you.